Title: Students humiliated their teacher, but karma came for them hard. Welcome to the Payback Vault, your ultimate hub for revenge stories, epic payback, and jaw-dropping karma. If you love thrilling tales of justice and dramatic moments where revenge is served hot, this is the channel for you. Mr. Carter stands at his desk, staring blankly at the clock. His tired eyes and gaunt face bear the weight of grief. Mr. Carter had always been the tough, no-nonsense teacher at Jefferson High. For nearly 2 decades, he commanded respect. But this year, everything changed. 6 months ago, his wife, his rock, passed away, leaving him broken. Teaching was all that kept him going. But little did he know, 2 students, Marcus and Aiden, were about to turn his life into a living nightmare. Marcus and Aiden were troublemakers. Marcus, popular but lazy, hated that Mr. Carter demanded his best. Aiden, smart but rebellious, loathed being called out in class. To them, Mr. Carter was just an old man in their way. When they overheard rumors about his wife's passing, they didn't feel sorry. Instead, they saw an opportunity, a chance to make him pay. Marcus, yo, Mr. Carter thinks he's invincible. Huh? Let's show him what real humiliation looks like. Aiden, we'll ruin him. He won't even see it coming. 1. The pranks began. It started small. Marcus and Aiden spread vicious rumors around school, claiming Mr. Carter's wife didn't die, she left him. Laughter followed him everywhere. He tried to ignore it, but the pain was impossible to hide. Then came the pranks. One morning, they stuffed his desk with rotting food, a dead mouse, and moldy sandwiches. When he opened it in front of the class, the room erupted in laughter. But for Marcus and Aiden, that wasn't enough. They wanted more. Every day, Mr. Carter endured their cruelty in silence, barely holding it together. His grief deepened, but the boys didn't care. They were determined to push him over the edge. 2. The breaking point, a cruel plot unfolds. One night, after a party fueled by bad decisions, Marcus and Aiden came up with their most twisted plot yet. They stumbled across a shady site called Backpage, notorious for illegal ads. Fueled by revenge, they created a fake profile for Mr. Carter, using his real photo and phone number, claiming he was seeking companionship from sex workers. The next day, Mr. Carter's phone blew up with texts, voicemails, and crude messages. He was horrified and couldn't understand why, until he heard the whispers at school about the ad. 3. The public humiliation. When the school suspended Mr. Carter to investigate the scandal, Marcus and Aiden thought they'd won. They even threw a victory party, but they weren't done. Their final act of humiliation was to hire a group of midget wrestlers and stage a performance on Mr. Carter's front lawn, complete with a ring covered in painful Legos. But karma had other plans. Mr. Carter wasn't home that night. He had been hospitalized after suffering a mental breakdown. The cruelty had finally broken him. 4. Karma strikes back. The next morning, the school launched a full investigation, and the truth quickly surfaced. Marcus and Aiden were immediately suspended, but their punishment didn't end there. Their parents were forced to pay restitution to Mr. Carter, and both boys were sentenced to community service. Their reputations were destroyed. Marcus's family lost their home when his mother was fired due to the scandal. Aiden's parents pulled him out of school altogether. The boys thought they'd ruin Mr. Carter, but in the end, they'd only destroyed themselves. 5. The aftermath. Mr. Carter never returned to teaching. After months of therapy, he opted for early retirement. The school issued a public apology, but the scars of Marcus and Aiden's cruelty ran deep. As for the boys, their lives were changed forever. They learned the hard way that when you set out to destroy someone, karma has a way of finding you tenfold. Sometimes, revenge comes back to bite harder than you ever expected. If you think karma was served, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible stories like this one. What would you have done if you were Mr. Carter? Let us know in the comments below. Playlist recommendation, Epic Karma, When Justice Strikes Back.